Okay, so I'm going to discuss the units and measurements. So we will start with the conversion factor. So we need the conversion factor in order for us to convert one unit to another. So we will go with the length, mass, volume, and also the time. So here, there are several conversion factors in terms of the length. So we have 1 meter, which is equivalent to 100 centimeter, 1 meter, which is equivalent to 1,000 millimeter, 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meter, 1 foot is equivalent to 0.3048 meters, and 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Then 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeter, 1 yard is equivalent to 91.44 centimeter, and 1 mile is equivalent to 1.609 kilometers. Now, in terms of mass, we have 1 gram, which is equivalent to 1,000 milligram. 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 gram, and then 1 ounce is equivalent to 28.349 grams. Then 1 kilogram is equivalent to 2.2 pounds. So this is actually a mixture of English units and at the same time SI units. Now, let's go with the volume. So volume, normally we can see the volume is in terms of cubic units. So we have 1 cubic centimeter, which is equivalent to 1 milliliter, and 1 liter, which is equivalent to 1,000 ml, and then 1 cubic meter, which is equivalent to 1,000 liters. Sometimes we express 1 cubic centimeter into 1 cc. So 1 cc, cc stands for cubic centimeter. Then for the time, we know that for every 1 minute, it is also equal to 60 seconds, and then 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes, and then 1 hour is equivalent to 3,600 seconds, then 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. So if we really want to convert one unit to another, we need to use the concept of dimensional analysis. So dimensional analysis has something to do with the cancellation of units. Okay, so I'll show you later on how to do the cancellation of units. So these are the SI prefixes. So I think these ones have been discussed already, but in the junior high school or senior high school. So I think you're familiar with the tera, giga, mega, kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, and pico. Okay, so it's not necessarily to memorize everything. This one, so just be familiarized yourself with the conversion factor. It's much better to know because sometimes in the problem you will also encounter English units. That's why in the previous slides I already mentioned that we have conversion factor from SI unit to English units and English units to SI units, vice versa. Now, so let's have an example here. So convert 20 feet to meters. So we need the conversion factor that will convert feet to meters. So we know that for every 1 meter, is equivalent to 0.3048 meters. So we will use this one in order for us to convert the feet to meters. So given 20 feet, now if I'm going to compute or convert the unit of feet to meters, make sure that if your given is in terms of feet, the feet in terms of the conversion factor must be located in the denominator. So dapat nandito yung 1. This is 1 foot. So this is 1 foot equals 0.3048. So 1 foot is equivalent to 0.3048 meters. So why do we need to have the feet in the denominator? In order, kailangan nasa denominator siya para mag-cancel out yung units. So cancel yung feet, ito, tsaka ito. Okay, so it's like treating the unit as also as number. So parang nagka-cancel ka ng number para maging ano siya, mawala siya, tapos yung target natin na unit will be the desired unit. So ito, yung nasa taas, yun yung magiging desired unit natin. So simplify, 20 times 0.3048 meters, we will have 6.096 meters. This is the answer. Now, convert 7.5 inches to centimeter. So we know that the conversion factor from inch to centimeter for every 1 inch, equivalent siya sa 2.54 centimeter. Okay? So, again, if the given is in terms of inch, dapat sa baba po yung inch. So, kung yung inch kasama po niya yung 1, dapat sa baba yung 1, automatic, the counterpart, yung centimeter po yung nasa taas. So, kung ano yung kasama na centimeter dito, so dapat po yung 2.54, the 2.54 is also located kasama ng centimeter sa numerator. So, inches, cancel, cancel. So, ang matitirang unit sa atin ay in terms of centimeter. So, we will have 19.05 centimeter. Okay? Now, convert 8 pounds to kilogram. So, we know that for every 1 kilogram, equivalent siya sa 2.2 pounds. So, the given is in terms of pounds. So, dapat yung baba, pounds. So, itong 2.2 pounds, ibababa natin siya sa denominator. And then, the 1 kilogram should be in the numerator. Para mag-cancel out po si pounds dito. So, 8 divided 8 times 1 over 2.2, we will have 3.636 kilograms. So, it's much better to use scientific calculator to compute for this kind of problem. So, input lang tayo ng values dito. You can also use the parentheses in your scientific calculator para mas mabilis tayo. Now, so convert 7,200 seconds to hours. So, remember for every 1 hour, equivalent siya sa 3,600 seconds. So, seconds, given natin, there are 4 seconds na sa baba, yung 3,000 seconds at 3,600 seconds, nasa denominator siya, cancel this. So, matitira sa atin yung hours. So, 7,200 times 1 over 3,600, we will have 2 hours. So, this is your answer. So, that's it. That's how you use the term dimensional analysis. We cancel the units in order for us to arrive to the desired unit. So, yung desired is always located sa numerator. Yung given na unit dapat nasa denominator yung conversion factor natin na yun. Okay? Now, convert 55 centimeter to meter. So, we know that for every 1 meter, it is equivalent to 100 centimeter. So, from SI unit to another SI unit. So, the given is in terms of centimeter. So, dapat yung 100 centimeter nasa baba, denominator siya. Cancel the centimeter and also the centimeter. Do not cancel the number. Hindi ka-cancel yung 100. We cancel only the centimeter dahil may centimeter dito. Cancel the unit. It's like centimeter over centimeter. Cancel po to. Di ba para siyang 1? So, magka-cancel out siya as 1. So, ang matitira na lang kasi sa atin dito is in terms of meters. So, the answer is 0.55 meters or 0.55 meter. Now, convert 1.87 kilogram to grams. So, for every 1 kilogram, equivalent siya sa 1,000 grams. So, the given is in terms of kilogram. So, dapat yung denominator natin may kilogram. So, ilalagay natin itong 1 kilogram na to sa denominator, yung 1,000 grams sa numerator. So, cancel the kilogram and also the kilogram. So, 1.87 times 1,000 over 1, which is equivalent to 1,870 grams. So, this is your final answer. Okay? Then next, convert 1.54 milligrams to grams. So, we have, remember, for every 1 gram, it's equivalent to 1,000 milligrams. So, the given is in terms of milligram. So, dapat, yung 1,000 milligram natin nasa denominator. So, denominator, so cancel tong milligram tsaka to. Then, matitira sa ating unit in grams. This is the desired unit. So, 1.54 times 1 divided by 1,000, we will have 0.00154 grams. Now, you can also express this in terms of scientific notation. So, if you want, minsan kasi sa calculator, binibigyan na kasi scientific notation na. So, you can have this one. 1, 2, 3. So, this is 1.54 times 10 raised to negative 3. So, you can also have this. Pwede rin to. Okay? So, cancel the milligrams and also the milligrams. So, either this or this one. Since we can also encounter yung mababang number, mababang kumbaga sobrang liit na ng value niya. Therefore, I suggest you go with scientific notation. So, if you want, you can go with 1.5 times 10 raised to negative 5 or negative 6 instead of 0.000000156. So, mas maganda naka-scientific notation na siya. Okay? Now, so what if there's no direct conversion from one unit to another? So, pwede kang gumamit ng several conversion factor. Just like this one. So, convert 5.7 feet to centimeter. So, there's no direct conversion from feet to centimeter. But we know that for every 1 foot, equivalent siya sa 0.3048 meters. Then for every 1 meter, equivalent siya sa 100 centimeter. So we can use this too. So sometimes, ang ginagawa ng iba, convert muna ng isa, get the final answer, then convert another final answer. But I suggest you can go with, continuity, continuous calculation, para may continuity tayo sa pagko-compute. Mas prone kasi sa error kapag putol-putol. Kumbaga chop-chop yung pagko-compute natin. So, let's start with the 5.7 feet. So, if this is given, so feet, then we will use this first conversion factor. So, we know that for every 1 foot, equivalent siya sa 0.3048 meters. So, yung foot ang nasa denominator, ito yon. So, yung 1 foot talagyan natin sa denominator, the 0.3048 nasa numerator. Palagi lang po siyang counterpart. So, kung ito nasa denominator, ito po nasa numerator. Tandaan na, titingnan nyo yung given. Always check the given. If this is in terms of feet or foot, dapat yung baba naka-foot din. So, tingnan kung ito, foot, so dapat yung 1 foot nasa denominator, baba. So, yung counterpart niya, yung kabila, ito dapat yung numerator. Nandito. Okay? So, cancel the feet and then the feet. So, if we're going to check this, yung first conversion factor natin, we only have the units in terms of meters. So, we're not done yet because we want to convert feet to centimeter, not feet to meters. So, we want to convert meter to centimeter. So, we will use the second one. So, 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter. So, if yung natitirang unit na in terms of meter, so kailangan natin nasa baba meter din. So, kung meter to, dapat sa baba meter. So, 1 meter nasa denominator. So, this one, the 100 centimeter, nasa numerator. So, cancel and cancel to. So, dapat yung matitira hindi makakancel out siya, yung unit. Hindi makakancel out yan. So, since we canceled out all the units and the unit na na-retain sa atin is centimeter, which is their desired unit, therefore, tama yung pagkaka-placing natin ng mga numbers. So, compute. 5.7 times 0.3048 divided by 1 times 100 divided by 1, which is equivalent to 173.736 centimeter. Okay? So, that's how you convert unit from one unit to another kung walang direct conversion factor. Okay? Now, next, 450 grams to pounds. So, there's no direct conversion from grams to pounds. So, we will use first gram to kilogram. So, for every 1 kilogram, we will equivalent siya sa 1,000 grams. And then, for every 1 kilogram, equivalent siya sa 2.2 pounds. Okay? Now, so, the given is in terms of grams, so we will use this first. Okay? So, if the given is in terms of grams, dapat po yung 1,000 grams nasa denominator for the first conversion factor. So, cancel the grams and also the grams. So, yung 1,000 nasa baba po. So, yung 1 kilogram na equivalent ng 1,000 gram nasa taas, numerator. So, then the unit here for the first conversion is in terms of kilogram. But we're not after for the kilogram, we're after for the pounds. So, convert kilogram to pounds. So, kung kilogram yung nasa taas, therefore, dapat yung conversion factor mo, yung kilogram niya nasa denominator para mag-cancel out. So, this one should be in the denominator and this one should be in the numerator. So, cancel kilograms and also kilogram here. So, since natira sa atin yung pounds, this is your target unit or desired unit, Therefore, tama yung pagkaka-arrange natin ng mga numbers. So, yung pagkaka-arrange natin ng mga conversion factor. So, 450 times 1 divided by 1,000, then times 2.2 pounds, 2.2 divided by 1, so we will have 0.99 pounds. That is your answer. Next, convert 4.3 meters to inches. So there's no direct conversion, so we will use first, we can go with 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter. Then for every 1 inch, equivalent siya sa 2.54 centimeter. Okay? Or if you want, you can use 1 foot, equivalent siya sa 0.3048 meters, and then 1 foot, 12 inches. Pwede din yun. It's really up to you. So, we will use this two conversion factors here. So, the given is in terms of meters here. So, the first conversion factor, the denominator should contain the meter. So, ito po yung nasa denominator. So, this 1 meter should be in the denominator here. Then, 100 centimeter should be in the numerator. So, cancel the meters and then the meters. Then, the unit here, for the first conversion is in terms of centimeter. So, we need to convert the centimeter to inches. So, for every 1 inch, equivalent siya sa 2.54 centimeter. Now, so, since this is in terms of centimeter, yung nasa numerator, dapat yung counterpart niya, nasa baba na yung susunod na centimeter, which is manggagaling do sa second conversion factor natin. So, yung 2.54 centimeter, nandito siya sa denominator. Here. Then, yung 1 inch, nasa numerator siya. So, cancel the centimeter and also the centimeter. So, the target unit is in terms of, is in the inches, is in the numerator, rather. Therefore, siya magiging final unit natin, which is tama naman. So, simplify, 4.3 times 100 divided by 1 times 1 all over 2.54, so we will have 169.291 inches. Now, so yung iba kasi, ginagawa, kinukumpute na to, 4.3 times 100, tapos mag-equal sign, tapos tsaka mag-multiply ng 1 over 2.54. So, if you have a scientific calculator, you can actually set up this kind of equation, this kind of conversion. May mga parentheses na sa scientific calculator, tapos malalagay nyo to. Hindi nyo malalagay yung unit. Pero yung mga numbers, yun ang ilalagay niyo. Then, just hit or click the equal sign. You will get this value. Okay? Then next, convert 2 days to minutes. So, we know for a fact that for every 1 day, equivalent siya sa 24 hours. And for every 1 hour, equivalent siya sa 60 minutes. So, days, dapat dito yung day, cancel, cancel. Then, yung hours yung nasa taas, so we will use this the first conversion factor. Then, hours, yung hours mo, nasa taas, dapat yung susunod ni nasa baba. Cancel to, tsaka to. So, the target unit ay nasa numerator, which is tama naman. So, 2 times 24 divided by 1 times 60 divided by 1, we will have 2,880 minutes. So, that is your final answer. Now, what if we have conversion of units ng mga square units? So, ano yung mga square units? Ito yung mga naka-raise to 2. So, sometimes, so most of yung mga ganitong klaseng units, it deals with area. Okay? So, paano natin siya gagawin? Walang direct conversion ng inches, square inch, square unit to another square unit. But we can use yung mga walang naka-raised, tapos ang gagawin na lang natin, i-raise to 2 natin siya later on. So, just like this one, so we have 393 square inch, 2 square foot. Yun ang gagawin natin. So, don't mind first the raise to 2, yung square. So, gawin no, check nyo muna yung base natin, which is inches and then feet. So, remember, for every 1 foot, equal siya sa 12 inches. So, we will use this. Then, so, again, don't mind first the exponent. So, kung inches to, dapat sa baba inches din, para mag-cancel yung unit nila. So, yung 12-inch natin nasa denominator, yung 1 foot nasa numerator. Now, since this is raised to 2, para mag-cancel out sila, kasi kung walang raised to 2 lang yan, isa lang yung magka-cancel. Hindi magka-cancel yung buo. So, parang may matitira ka pa ditong inches pa. So, para mag-cancel out talaga to, yung inch squared tapos itong inch lang, dapat yung buong conversion factor natin naka-raise to 2. So, parang mangyayari, 1 squared feet squared all over 12 squared square inch. Para siyang ganyan. So, eto, magka-cancel na yung square inch tsaka square inch dito. So, yung buo ha, so cancel the square inch kasi square, madadami na to because of the raised to 2. Then, so parang mangyayari 393 times 1 over 12 raised to 2. Kasi yung dito, masa-square din to. So, kapag nagsa-square tayo ng conversion factor, damay din po si units. Again, just like what I said earlier, ang unit parang mo siyang tinitreat din na number. So, kapag in-square, pag kinancel mo siya, magka-cancel out din siya. So, kapag ni-raise mo siya sa exponent, automatic, pati din yung unit kasama din ma-raise. So, just like this one, feet raised to 2, so magkakaroon ka ng square foot dito. So, 393 again times 1 over 12 raised to 2 is equal to 2.729 square foot. So, this is your final answer here. Okay, now, so, how about this one? Convert 1045 square centimeter to square foot. So, how are we going to deal with this one? So, there's no direct conversion from square centimeter to square foot. And there's no direct conversion from centimeter to feet. So, 2 conversion factor tayo dito. So, we will use 1 inch. For every 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeter. Then, for every 1 foot, equivalent siya sa 12-inch. So, 2 conversion factor. So, 1,045 square centimeter, don't mind, set up muna tayo, don't mind the square centimeter. So, yung square natin dito, so, kung centimeter to, dapat yung baba centimeter din. So, this one should be in the denominator. And this should be in the numerator. So, inch, centimeter. Now, kung inch to, dapat yung baba, inch din. So, this one should be in the denominator. Tapos yung counterpart niya should be in the numerator. So, denominator, the 12-inch, ito yun. Tapos yung 1 foot, nasa taas. So, pareho sila, feet tapos feet. Pero, sabi ko nga, naka-square foot kasi tayo, naka-square. So, gawin nyo, itong buong to, square nyo din. So, 1 squared inch squared, para siyang ganun. Tapos, 2.54 raised to 2, centimeter raised to 2. Cancel, cancel. Tapos itong inch na to, naka-square, di ba? Naka-square to. So, dapat ito ding isa, naka-square din. So, 1 foot, 1 raised to 2, feet raised to 2, all over 12 raised to 2, inch raised to 2. So, cancel, cancel. Okay? So, if I were you, if you're using your calculator, scientific calculator, you can actually input this. Ito, input nyo to yung buong to. Tanggalin nyo lang yung mga units. So, 1,045 tapos, parentheses, 1 over 2.54 raised to 2. You can actually use the exponent in your calculator. So, meron kang parentheses, tapos nasa loob yung mga numbers, as i-raise to 2 nyo siya. Pwede yun. Then, parentheses ulit, 1 over 12 raised to 2, which is equivalent now, the final answer is 1.125 square foot. This is your final answer. Okay? So, that's it. Now, is it possible to convert centimeter to square foot? No. You cannot convert ng unit na naka-raise to 1, tapos yung gusto mong yung desired unit mo ay naka-raise to 2. Hindi po pwede yun. Dapat pareho sila. So, dapat parehong, kung ito, ang desired unit mo raise to 2, dapat yung given din raise to 2. Or kung yung given mo raise to 2, dapat yung desired unit mo raise to 2 din. Naka-raise to 2. So, kung in short, kung naka-square units ka, dapat kung square units ang given, dapat square units din ang desired unit natin. Okay? So, like this one, convert 100 square millimeter to square meter. So, remember, for every 1 meter, equivalent siya sa 1,000 millimeter. So, if this is millimeter, the given, so the millimeter here, the 1,000 millimeter should be in the denominator. This one. Then, yung 1 meter nasa numerator. So, since this is square millimeter, dapat ito, naka-square millimeter din. So, para magawa nyo yun, again, yung buong conversion factor natin, yung numerator tsaka denominator, isa-square nyo. Lagyan natin siya ng exponent na 2. So, magka-cancel out na to, tsaka to. So, we will have 0.0001 square meter. Or, you can go with scientific notation. So, kasi pwede natin move to 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we will have 1 times 10 raised to negative 4 square meters. So, that is your final answer. So, again, if your answer siya din na maliit, just like this one, kasi parang pag ito minsan binabasa 0 na to pero kasi in engineering, so sometimes or in other in chemistry rather, kailangan kasi yung sagot natin is still a number. So we can, kumbaga hindi siya mag-result to 0 So we can express our answer in terms of scientific notation. Okay? Now, how about conversion of units na cubic units? So kung kanina raised to 2, ito naman raised to 3. Pero remember, hindi lang lahat raised to 3 kapag cubic units. Remember, meron tayong term na liters. So, volume kasi to. So, under siya ng volume. So, let's say, convert 1,500 ml to liters. So, remember, for every 1 liter, it is equivalent to 1,000 ml. So, given ml tayo, so dapat yung 1,000 ml nasa baba. So, dito yan. So, cancel, cancel. So, 1,500 ml, 1,500 times 1 divided by 1,000. So, we will have 2.729 liters. This is your desired unit. So, dapat again, yung desired unit should always be in the numerator. How about this one? So, this is cubic centimeter to cubic foot. Again, there's no direct conversion ng mga cubic units. Wala ring direct conversion ng centimeter to foot or to feet. So, remember, for every 1 inch, it's equivalent to 2.54 centimeter. And for every 1 foot, it is equivalent to 12 inches. So, let's start with centimeter. So, dito, ito the first conversion factor. So, centimeter to inch muna tayo, then inch to feet. Yun ang mangyayaring conversion natin. So, don't mind the exponent, the 3, the cube. So, centimeter given, so dapat yung numerator natin may centimeter. So, this one should be in the denominator. So, given natin centimeter, so dapat yung nasa baba, in the denominator. So, dapat naka-centimeter yon. So, ito, yung 2.54 centimeter, nasa denominator siya. So, yung 1 inch naman natin, nasa numerator. So, ito yun. Now, so kung may inch ka dito, dapat yung next conversion factor natin, yung inch niya nasa baba din. So, yung 12 inch nasa denominator, yung 1 foot nasa numerator, nasa taas. Ito yun. So, since naka-position na yung mga units natin, tama naman, centimeter, taas, baba, inch nasa taas, yung sunod, inch nasa baba. So, gawin natin, i-raise to 3 natin siya kasi yung original natin na given, naka-raise to 3 yung unit, cubic unit to So, kung ito naka-cubic unit, ito din, yung buong to naka-cubic unit din. Yung buo so magkakaroon ka ng parang 1 raised to 3, inch raised to 3, 2.54 raised to 3, centimeter raised to 3. So, yung buo, naka-raised to 3. Since ito, inch raised to 3, dapat ito din naka-inch raised to 3. So, yung buo din na to, this whole conversion factor, dapat naka-raised to 3 din siya. Okay? So, simplify, we will have 0.379 cubic foot. Okay? Then, next, 0.3 cubic meters to liters. So, 2 ways. If ever nakalimutan niyo yung direct conversion factor, so we can go with first, 1 meter, 100 centimeter. Then, we can also use 1 ml, 1 cc, or 1 cubic centimeter. Then, 1 liter, 1,000 ml. So, ulit ko lang yung mga kailanganin nating units. Conversion factor. So, convert cubic meters to cubic centimeter. So, gawin nyo, cubic meter. So, meter dito, tapos meter. para mag-cancel out sila. So, yung 1 meter nasa denominator, yung 100 nasa numerator. So, dito yun. Now, so, ang mangyayari, magkakaroon ka kasi dito ng 100 raised to 3 centimeter raised to 3 all over 1 raised to 3 meter raised to 3. So, parang magka-cancel to, tsaka to. So, itong cubic centimeter na to, kailangan meron tayong cubic centimeter din papuntang ml. So, ito yun, yung second. So, remember, for every 1 ml, 1 cubic centimeter na siya, then, yung 1 cubic centimeter, dapat nasa baba siya. So, 1 cubic centimeter, cancel na to, tsaka to, tapos ml nasa taas. Tapos, 1,000 ml, nasa baba, yung 1 liter nasa taas, para mag-cancel naman yung ml dito, tsaka dito. Okay, so we will have 300 liters. Or, direct conversion, we have, for every 1 cubic meter, we have 1,000 liters. Equivalent siya. So, simple. 1 cubic meter, yung cubic meter nasa taas, cubic meter dapat nasa baba. Ito, nasa denominator. Ito naman ay nasa numerator. So, cancel, cancel. So, 0.3 times 1,000, we will have 300 liters. Okay? So, that's how you convert the units. Now, maybe you're going to ask, why is it that dito lang may 3? Bakit wala ng 3 dito? Kasi, this one, yung 3, kasama na niya sa loob. Kumbaga, kasama na siya sa conversion factor. Tapos, this one is in terms of ml. So, hindi mo nalalagay ng raised to 3 dyan. So, you should always check din kapag pagdating sa second mo, conversion factor, kung yung unit niya, naka-cubic na, no need to cube the whole conversion factor. Kasi baka pag kinube nyo pa to, magiging centimeter raised to 6 na yung nasa denominator. Hindi na siya magka-cancel out. Hindi na siya yung cancel out talaga totally. Okay? So, here another, convert 1,744 cubic inch to cubic meters. So, 1,744 cubic inch. So, gawin natin, walang direct conversion ng cubic inch to cubic meters and wala ring direct conversion ng inch to meters. So, for every 1 inch, equivalent siya sa 2.54 centimeter, and for every 1 meter, 100 centimeter. So, inch, taas, dapat yung inch na to, nasa baba, denominator. So, ibig sabihin, the 2.54 should be in the numerator. Then, centimeter, nasa taas, dapat yung sunod. The next conversion factor, the denominator should contain the centimeter. So, yung 100 centimeter nasa denominator, the 1 meter should be in the numerator. Now, since this is raised to 3, so dapat yung buong conversion na to raised to 3 kasi wala naman naka-raised to 3 dito. So, raised to 3. Tapos, kung ito magiging raised to 3 din, because of this exponent, since wala naman naka-raised to 3 yung mga units natin dito, then yung buong conversion natin kailangan naka-raised to 3 din. Okay? So, simplifying this one, so cancel the cubic inch, cubic inch, cubic centimeter, cubic centimeter. So, we will have cubic meters tayo dito. So, 1.744 times 2.54 raised to 3. Ganun siya. So, parang mangyayari, 1744 times 2.54 over 1 raised to 3. Then 1 over 100 raised to 3. So, ito yung ilalagay nyo sa calculator. So, we will have 0.029 cubic meters. Next, so, convert 2.32 cubic meters to cubic feet. So, we will have, so, direct conversion, meron tayong direct conversion ng feet to meters, pero walang cubic meters to cubic foot. So, for every 1 foot, we will have 0.3048 meters. So, kung meter to, dapat yung 0.3048 meters din. Disregard nyo muna yung raised to 3. So, palagi nyo munang kunin yung unit lang. Huwag nyo munang tignan yung exponent. So, kung meter to, dapat yung buong ito nasa denominator din para mag-cancel out yung meter tsaka yung meter. Tapos, yung 1 foot dapat nasa numerator. So, since this is raised to 3, wala naman naka-raised to 3 dito, original. So, dapat yung buong conversion factor natin naka-raised to 3 din. Okay? So, simplifying, we will have 81.93 cubic foot. So, parang meron kang 2.32 times 1 over 0.3048 raised to 3. Parang ganyan siya. Okay? Then, convert 3.37 liters to cubic centimeter. So, remember for every 1 liter, it is equivalent to 1,000 ml. Then for every 1 cc or 1 cubic centimeter, it is equivalent to 1 ml. So, convert first the liters. Convert natin muna liter to ml. Tapos, ml to cubic centimeter. So, we have 3.37 liters. So, dapat sa baba, liters din. So, this one, the first conversion factor should be in the denominator. Itong 1 liter na to. So, itong 1,000 ml natin, nasa numerator siya. So, liters, then ml, nasa taas. So, yung ml dapat dito, nasa baba. Cancel. So, we will have 3,370 cubic centimeter. Or, you can have this. Pwede ding in terms of 1 cubic meter, 1,000 liters. Tapos, 1 meter, 100 centimeter. So, liters sa baba. Ito, yung 1,000 liters nasa baba. 1 cubic meter nandito. Hindi nyo ito i-raise to 3 kasi yung unit natin dito naka-raise to 3. So, yung 1 meter tsaka 100 centimeter, so kung meter yung meter dito, dapat yung meter nasa baba din. Tapos yung 100 centimeter nasa taas. Since this is raised to 3, ito raised to 1 lang, itong buong conversion na to naka-raised to 3. Ito lang i-raise to 3 nyo, hindi kasama to. Okay? So, the answer is still the same, 3,370 cubic centimeter. Now, is it possible to convert square centimeter to cubic centimeter? No. It should be square unit to square unit, or cubic units to cubic units. Okay? Now, what if we have a derived units? Okay, what is the difference between a base unit and derived units? So, when we talk about base units, kasi ganito yan. When we talk about units, actually we have 7 SI base units eh. So, just please check the 7 SI base units sa in the internet or also in the PDF that I posted. So, here, the base units, ito yung mga simple. Meter, centimeter, kilogram, grams. Pag sinabi mong derived units, it is composed of several base units. So, just like the unit of acceleration, yan, meter per second squared, unit of velocity, meter per hour, or meter per second, unit of density, gram per cubic centimeter, or kilogram per cubic meter. So, it's a combination of different units. Now, so let's have this convert 9.8 9.8 meter per second squared to feet per second squared. So, how are we going to convert this? Kung ganito yung conversion natin, meter per second squared and feet per second squared, kung parehong per second squared to, hindi natin i-convert yung second squared. Ang ko-convert lang natin yung meter to feet. So, remember, for every 1 foot, it's equivalent to 0.3048 meters. So, kung meter to, nasa taas, dapat yung nasa baba, meter din. So, this one should be in the denominator. So, 0.3048 meters, denominator, yung 1 foot natin nasa numerator. So, cancel. Hindi natin papakailam si second squared since yung target natin na desired unit naka-second squared siya. So, wala na tong meter. Ang unit natin ito, this one. So, yan yung magiging unit natin. Feet per second squared. So, 9.8 times 1 divided by 0.3048, we will have 32.15 feet per second squared. Okay? Now, what if we have this problem? Convert 1.21 meter per second to feet per hour. So, ito pareho na. Yung meter, convert natin to feet, tapos second to hour. So, gawin natin, usually, pwede nating i-list muna. So, 1 foot, 0.3048 meters, then 1 hour, 3,600 seconds. So, 1.21 meter per second. Usually, yung ginagawa ko, kino-convert ko muna lahat yung nasa taas. Tsaka ko convert yung sa baba. So, meter muna tayo. Don't mind first the seconds. So, meter. So, kung meter nasa taas, dapat itong 0.3048 nasa denominator, itong 1 foot nasa numerator. So, 0.3048, 1 foot. So, magka-cancel na to, tsaka to. So, don't mind this first. Ang mangyayari, ang unit natin ay feet per second. We're after for feet per hour. So, we need to use the 1 hour equal siya sa 3,600 seconds. So, if this is seconds nasa denominator, dapat yung counterpart niya, para mag-cancel out siya, dapat yung seconds naman nasa numerator. So, magdagdag lang tayo ng conversion factor, i-multiply lang natin yung second conversion factor para dito. So, kung second to, yung 3,600 seconds, the next one ay yung pang-multiply natin, yung sunod natin i-multiply, dapat yung 3,600 second natin nasa numerator siya. Tapos itong 1 hour nasa denominator. So, cancel the second and then the second. So, ang magiging unit natin, ito, feet per hour. So, yan yung magiging unit natin. So, 1.21 times 1 all over 0.3048 times 3,600 all over 1. So, we will have 14,291.339 feet per hour. So, that's how you convert derived units. So, don't do this yung convert do muna yung meter, tapos convert muna tong 1.21 to meter, tapos yung second ko convert din to, tapos i-divide. Mali yun. Dire-diretso lang. Multiply lang tayo ng multiply din dito, basta nagka-cancel yung mga units natin. Okay? Then next, convert 1,500 kilogram per cubic meter to gram per cubic centimeter. So, remember, for every 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. Then for every 1 meter, 100 centimeter. 1 meter, 100 centimeter. Okay? So, here, 1,500 kilogram per cubic centimeter. So, gawin natin, convert muna natin si kilogram. So, kung kilogram ka dito, dapat ito nasa denominator. So, 1 kilogram. 1,000 grams nasa numerator siya. Okay? So, cancel kilogram and then kilogram here. Now, so, the unit now is in terms of gram per cubic meter. Kung wala pa to. Then, we need to convert meter, cubic meter to cubic centimeter. So, remember, walang direct conversion. So, gamitin muna natin to. So, kung meter ka dito, dapat sa taas meter para mag-cancel out to. Okay? So, baliktaran lang. Kung ito, di ba, ito nasa numerator, dapat yung susunod nasa denominator. Kung ito naman yung pag-uusapan natin, dapat yung susunod sa kanya nasa numerator naman. So, from denominator to numerator. So, kung meter to, meter yung nasa taas. So, ito, yung numerator, ito yung denominator natin. Since this is raised to 3, naka-raised to 1, raised to 1. So, yung function factor natin, raised to 3. So, simplify, 1,500 times 1,000 times 1 over 100 raised to 3, equivalent siya sa 1.5 gram per cubic centimeter. Okay? So, yun siya. Parang pwede mo actually, kung titingnan mo, di ba? Parang 1,500 tapos naging 1.5 siya. So, pwede mo masabi na parang ka lang nag-divide ng 1,000. So, if you want kilogram per cubic meters to gram per cubic centimeter, divide 1,000. So, kung gram naman, gram per cubic centimeter to kilogram per cubic meter, para ka na nagmumultiply ng 1,000. Yun lang siya. Okay? So, that's it. That's how you convert units from one unit to another. Now, let's go to the density. Kasi, the last slide, this one is also a density. Density to eh. So, density, actually, it's a property of a material or a substance. So, how are we going to calculate for the density? So, density kasi is mass over volume. Mass of a substance over total volume of a substance or material. So, ang typical unit niya ay gram per cubic centimeter, gram per ml, kilogram per cubic meters, or pound per cubic foot. So, usually kasi si density, ginagamit natin to pang-characterize ng property or substances. For example, alam naman natin ang density ng water. Sige, ang density ng water, default niyan ay 1 1.0 gram per cubic centimeter or 1.0 gram per ml. Kasi yung cubic centimeter tsaka ml, pareho lang sila, di ba? 1 cubic centimeter, 1 ml. So, pareho lang to. Pareho lang yung gram per cubic centimeter sa gram per ml. Same lang sila. So, this is the density of water. Okay? Or, density of water kasi, ano din siya, equal siya sa 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. Diba sabi ko nga kanina, yung pag kilogram per cubic meter, from gram to gram per cubic centimeter to kilogram per cubic meter, mag times 1,000 lang kayo. Okay, so sulat ko na lang. So for gram to cubic centimeter to gram per cubic centimeter to kilogram per cubic meter, just multiply sa 1,000. Times 1,000 lang kayo. Pag kilogram naman, 2 gram per cubic centimeter, divide 1,000 lang kayo. Yun lang siya. Divide nyo lang yung given na to. Kuwari, kung ito yung given nyo, gram per cubic centimeter, you want it to convert to kilogram per cubic meter, multiply nyo kung ano yung value na to sa 1,000. Kung ito yung given nyo, kilogram per cubic meter, and gusto nyo siyang gawing gram per cubic centimeter, kung ano yung value nito, divide nyo lang siya sa 1,000. Okay? So, again, the density, simple. The formula for the density is mass over volume. So, mass of a substance over total volume of a substance. So, this one can be in terms of grams, kilogram, pounds. This one, the volume, it can be in terms of cubic centimeter, cubic meters, cubic foot, ml, or liters. Okay? So, yun lang. Yun yung formula natin. So, sometimes, kapag ang given naman sa atin ay density and unknown si mass, given sa atin si density, given si volume, so cross-multiply nyo lang to. So, mass is equal to density times volume. This is your formula. Kapag ang gusto naman natin ay makuha ay volume, given naman si mass at saka si density, so volume is equivalent to density ay mass over density para makuha si volume. Okay? So, galing itong dalawang to can be derived using this general formula for the density. So, let's have example. A stone weighs 3.5 grams, has a volume of 1.75 cubic centimeter. So, find the density of the stone in gram per cubic centimeter. So, the given 3.5 grams and the volume is 1.75 cubic centimeter. So, gram per cubic centimeter ang hinahanap natin sa density. So, simple. Ito na yun. This is the unit now. Unit grams and then cubic centimeter. So, the formula is mass over volume. So, mass is 3.5 grams. Volume is 1.75 cubic centimeter. Divide. So, we will have 2.0 gram per cubic centimeters. Okay? So, this is your final answer. So, this is the density of the stone. Next, a piece of platinum metal with a density of 21.5 gram per cubic centimeter has a volume of 4.49 cubic centimeter. So what is its mass? So what is the mass of the metal? So the density, the given is the density of the metal. So this is 21.5 gram per cubic centimeter. This is our density. And then the volume is 4.49 cubic centimeter. So again, using this general formula, mass over volume for the density. So cross-multiply nyo lang itong mass, yung volume sa density. So volume times density is equal to mass. Or you can go with cancellation of units. Dapat ang matitira sa atin yung grams. Kasi yun yung mass niya. That's the unit for the mass. So, volume is 4.49 cubic centimeter times 21.5 gram per cubic centimeter. Cancel. Kasi ito nasa taas, ito nasa baba. So, 4.49 times 21.5, so the mass is equivalent to 96.535 grams. Okay? That is the mass of the metal. Now, another example, in the determination of the density of a rectangular metal bar, a student made the following measurements. So, yung metal bar mo, it's like may sukat siya na ang length daw niya ay 8.53 cm and yung width niya ay 2.4 cm. The height is 1 cm And then the mass of the rectangular metal bar is 52.71 grams. So we need to calculate for the density of the metal bar. So yung metal bar, parang ano siya, nakaganyan. So dimension nito, sukat nito, saka sukat nito. So it's a three-dimensional structure eh. So meron kang length times width times meron kang length, width, and height. Now if we want to get the volume, kasi remember, density is mass over volume. We know the mass, which is 52.71 grams. Kaso yung volume kasi hindi given. Pero ang given kasi yung dimensions ng rectangular metal bar. So, we need for the volume, we need to calculate for the volume using the formula for the volume of the rectangular metal bar. So, ang volume niyan ay, remember, length times width times height. This one. So, the units must be the same. Kung ang length mo ay in terms of centimeter, dapat ang width mo centimeter din, ang height mo centimeter din. So we have here, we need to check the units. So centimeter naman to, ito din centimeter, this is also centimeter. So we can now actually solve for the volume. So 8.53 times centimeter times 2.4 centimeter times 1 centimeter. So centimeter times centimeter times centimeter, cubic centimeter. Okay? So we will have 20.472 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume. Now we can use the formula density is equal to mass over volume. The mass is 52.71 grams. Then the volume is equivalent to 20.472 cubic centimeter. So final answer, simplify this, we will have 2.575 gram per cubic centimeter. So this is your density for the rectangular metal bar. Okay? Now, so the density of a substance or material, we can actually compute that one kung yung regular shape, yung mga solids natin, yung mga material natin. So kung mga regular shapes kasi, just like this one, this is a rectangular metal bar. So, ang sukat niya, meron siyang length, meron siyang width, meron siyang height dito. Pero paano kung sakaling irregular shape, like yung mga bato, like stone, rocks? So, ang hirap kunin nun. Ang hirap kunin yung sukat niya. Hindi mo naman sasabing perfect sphere siya na pwede mong kunin yung diameter, then we can get the volume of the sphere. Eh, wala namang, hindi mo naman sure kung spherical talaga siya, di ba? So, kapag ganyan, if we want to calculate for the density of irregular shaped solid, so we're going to employ the concept of water displacement method. So, si water displacement, solid is immersed in water. Then, kapag, katulad nito, in the picture, so let's say, a water in a graduated cylinder, so we know the volume, so this is the volume initial reading ng tubig ha. Tapos, yung, what you call this one, the solid here, pag nilagay mo siya dito, ang tendency dapat niyan, lulubog to. So, expect nyo dapat, kung ang regular shape solid ninyo, dapat expected ninyo, dapat yung density niya mas mataas sa density ng tubig para ma-displace niya. Kaya nga, water displacement. Kasi ibig sabihin nito, dapat yung density nito, mas mataas sa density ng water para once na bumaba siya dito, aangat yung tubig dito. Kasi, bakit siya aangat? Why is it that there's a displacement of water? Ibig sabihin, yung volume kasi nito, i-occupy niya sa baba, aangat siya dito. So, kung ilan yung inangat from initial to final, ito na yung inangat niya, ibig sabihin, yung inangat nitong ito, saka dito, this is the volume of the stone or the solid. Kasi yun yung inoccupy, yun yung tinaas niya, ibig sabihin yung inoccupy ng volume na to. Inoccupy niya dito, tinulak niya yung tubig pataas, yung water. So, if we want to get the volume of the solid, it is also equal to volume final minus volume initial. Okay? Or this is equal to delta V, the change in the volume. So, density of the irregular shaped solid is equal to mass over volume of the solid, which is equal to mass over delta V. Okay, so ito yun. So, delta V is volume final minus volume initial. Or, density is equal to mass over volume final minus volume initial. The volume initial and volume final, the units must be the same. Pareho po yun. Okay? So, this is your final formula. This one. Now, let's have an example. A silver object with the mass of 194.3 grams is placed in a graduated cylinder containing 242 ml water. The volume of the water with the object now reads 260.5 ml. So, from 242, nag-increase siya, napunta siya sa 260.5 ml. So, may displacement ng water. So, determine the density of the silver object in gram per cubic centimeter. So, how? So, the mass, this is 194.3 grams. Volume initial is 242 ml, and then volume final is 260.5 ml. So, using this formula, so we have 194.3 grams all over 260.5 final volume, then minus initial volume 242.0 ml. So the answer is 10.503 gram per ml. But we're after 4 gram per cubic centimeter. So kinonvert ko lang for every 1 ml, 1 cubic centimeter. Or sabi ko nga kanina, kung ito naka-gram per ml, copyin nyo lang siya, gawin nyo lang siyang gram per cubic centimeter. Same lang siya. Kasi nga 1:1 lang siya. So the answer is 10.503 gram per cubic centimeter. Then next, so an irregular shaped solid has a density of 3.526 gram per cubic centimeter. So the solid was immersed in water with an initial volume of 40 ml. The level of the water increased to 43.8 ml. So calculate the mass of the solid in grams. So, given, meron tayong 3.526 gram per cubic centimeter, which is equal to 3.526 gram per ml then. Volume initial is 40 ml, final is 43.8 ml. So, we're after for the mass here. This is what we're after. Given tayo ng density, volume, final, volume initial. So, rearrange this. Cross-multiply lang natin tong denominator papuntang density. So, density times volume final minus volume initial. So, density, gram per ml, times 43.8 ml minus 40 ml. So, cancel natin to. So, pag sinimplify natin to, ml din siya, tapos ml sa baba, cancel. So, we will have 13.399 grams. So, this is the mass of your irregular shaped solid na may density na 3.526 gram per cubic centimeter. Okay? Now, let's go with the temperature. Okay, so the temperature, this is the measure of how hot or cold a substance is relative to another substance. So, I gave already this, the following equations, following formula. So, I think you're familiar with this three. Pero yung isa kasi, hindi. So, degrees Celsius, the degree C is degrees Celsius, degrees F or degrees Fahrenheit, the K is Kelvin, and then R is Rankine or Rankine. Sometimes we call it this one as Rankine. Now, so if we want to convert degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, we will use this formula. 5/9 times the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit minus 32, quantity. Okay? Then, if we want to convert degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit, 9/5 times degrees Celsius plus 32. Hindi ganito kasi kadalasan ito yung nakikita nating mali. 9/5, then quantity degrees C plus 32. Hindi po to. This is wrong. So, this is the correct one. Kasi if we were going to have this one, ang babasahin ng calculator ninyo, ipag-add muna yung temperature ng degree Celsius sa 32, tsaka siya i-multiply sa 9/5. No. It should be 9/5 times degree Celsius plus 32. Ito tayo. Okay? Then, Kelvin, if we want to convert degree Celsius to Kelvin, so, just add 273.15 sa degree Celsius natin. Or if we want to convert Fahrenheit to Rankine, then, just add 460 sa degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the degrees Celsius here and degrees Fahrenheit, we call this one as the temperature readings. Temperature readings. Ang meron tayo ng degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. Si Kelvin and Rankine, these are your temperature absolutes. Okay? So, how we're going to convert the unit of temperatures? I'm gonna show you some examples here. So, let's say 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So, gamitin natin yung formula na ito, yung degrees C is equal to 5/9 times degrees Fahrenheit minus 32. So, degrees Fahrenheit is 100. Lagay natin siya dito. This is actually direct calculation lang to. You can use your calculator. So, the final answer is 37.778 degrees C. Then, degrees C to degrees Fahrenheit. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, huwag niyong gagawing 9/5 times degrees C plus 32. Quantity. Bawal po to. Mali to ha. So, kailangan naka 9/5 times 10 kasi itong, kumbaga, parang ito yung mangyayari. Magka-calculate muna dito, then plus 32. Okay? Hindi po dapat naka ganito. Kasi, pag nag-parenthesis kayo dito, ito yung uunahin i-compute ng calculator ninyo. Tapos, tsaka siya mag 9/5. Mali po yun. So, this is the correct one. So, the final answer is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Then again, 264 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So, using the formula na nandun sa from the previous slide. So, we will have 128.889 degrees Celsius. Then, convert 25 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. So, just add 25 and 273.15. So, we will have 298.15 Kelvin. There's no degrees in Kelvin. Huh? Just go with the K. Or, if ever, R. Wag kayo maglalagay ng degrees. So, 92 degrees Fahrenheit to Rankine. So, just add 460 sa 92. We will have 552 Rankine. Then, next. So, 250 Fahrenheit to Kelvin. So, there's no direct conversion from Fahrenheit to degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin. So, gawin natin degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, then degrees Celsius to Kelvin. So, convert na natin from degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So, ito yung formula. So, we will have 121.111 degrees C. Then, add 273.15 para maging Kelvin siya. So, we will have 394.261 Kelvin. Okay? So, if we want to convert Kelvin to degrees C, just like in number 7, so 156 Kelvin is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273.15. Kasi remember, Kelvin is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273.15. So, ito yung unknown. So, magma-minus lang tayo. What do you call this one? Transpose lang natin yung 273 papunta dito. Sa kabilang side. Transpose ang magiging negative. So, 156 minus 273.15. So, we will have negative 117.15 degrees Celsius. It's okay to have a negative value for temperature readings. Temperature readings, it's not okay to have a negative value for temperature absolute. Hindi po mangyayari yun. Because the lowest possible reading for temperature absolute, 0. Okay? There's no such thing as negative. Kaya nga absolute Wala siyang absolute value siya. Wala siyang negative reading. Okay, then the last two. So, 160 degrees Celsius to Rankine. So, degrees C muna tayo. Papuntang degrees Fahrenheit. Then, degrees Fahrenheit to Rankine. This is the conversion. So, get the conversion, get the value first in terms of degrees Fahrenheit using the formula. So, ito yan. 9/5 times 160 times plus 32 rather. So, we will have 320 degrees Fahrenheit. So, plus 460, we will have 780 Rankine. That's it. Then, the last one. So, pabaliktad naman, Rankine to Fahrenheit. So, remember, temperature Rankine is equal to temperature degrees Fahrenheit plus 460. So, kung ito yung value natin, so magka-transpose lang tayo. Transpose lang natin yung negative 460, positive 460 sa Rankine, kaya magiging minus to. So, 943.18 minus 460. So, we will have 483.18 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's it. That's how you compute for the conversion of the temperatures. Okay, so this is actually the reference. So, thank you so much.